You're not looking wrong. No, no, no. As you can see, I can move now. Whee! Now, I finally decided to, since my future program allowed subscriptions through Steam, I finally decided to try it out and see if it likes, but I actually like it quite much because I can do this now. I'm still surprised you stayed up there, Turkey. But, like, the only thing I still don't get and understand is hand tracking. The program has it, but... And the only downside, it is not yet available through all the programs they have. So if you buy it, for example, on Steam in this program, I don't get it in the editor. I only get it in Maker, so... Problem is halfly solved, but I mean, I like it, and I can whip bond, whippy, whippy, whip bond. Like, at least you're crazy. Probably people be like thinking. But I can do this now. I can do it more with like accenting, but this isn't more lively. I move now along with like where I look, so you can see if I'm looking at my second screen, if I look at you guys. My hair bounces around. You see it? Or just calling me crazy, you too. But welcome back to... What do we call this game even at this point? The Stanley Parables, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, Stanley Parable 2, the Stanley Parable 3... I don't know what we called it in like the last video. I should watch it. But if you remember that video, which was... Or the last one I did. Was the last one? Yeah, the last one I did. We got the deal that every time we started up the Stanley Parable, we get to make a new title. So, welcome to the Stanley Parable 4, which part 5 is no more. Oh. Where part 5 is gonna be all about fire. I mean, even from background screen now comes. Honest. I'm lied to! I'm lied! But, if you thought I was done with this game besides achievement and thing, no. I was like watching it through YouTube and I saw that there were 2 more endings at least that I never gotten. Now, we could try those endings without and with the bucket, but I let the game speak for itself. And if you're new around here and never seen any of the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe, what are you doing? Go watch my other videos on this after this one, because it doesn't matter which order you watch them. But it will make more sense for why we're here, but here's the story.
This is the story of a man named Stanley. Stanley worked for a company in a big building where he was employee number 427. Employee number 427's job was simple. He sat at his desk in room 427 and he pushed buttons on a keyboard. Orders came to him through a monitor on his desk, telling him what buttons to push, how long to push them, and in what order. This is what employee 427 did every day of every month of every year. And although others might have considered it soul-rending, Stanley relished every moment that the orders came in, as though he had been made exactly for this job.
I also know there's one more ending, a few more that I didn't try, but one of those endings, I don't know how to get it. And one is like literally standing AFK in the start, will catch an ending. But it's also an ending where you're like,
he had been at his desk for nearly an hour.
You're ignoring that one,
that not one
narrator, and he was like trying to prove to you who you are and what you're doing, but
no one had showed up to give him instructions, call a meeting, or even say hi. Never in all his years at the company had this happened. This complete isolation. Something was very clearly wrong. Shocked, frozen.
Oh yeah, well, no, 3 endings now.
Found himself unable
the 5,
to
I know there are 5 left, which I can get.
As he came to his wits and regained his senses, he got up from his desk and stepped out of his office. All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
If I remembered correctly.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
I'm gonna grab the bucket. I don't know if you need the bucket for this.
As Stanley lifted his bucket, he felt a connection to all buckets everywhere.
And he'd be like, at least what are you doing?
He decided was for all of them.
Well, if I'm right. Can't jump, so. Hey, here, look.
Yes, whispered the bucket into Stanley's ear. We've done it. We've escaped from that dull office and that pesky narrator. At last, out here in the white void, we are alone. Now,
Oh, it's only
for the
this office
first
window.
time, I can reveal to you my true self. The bucket began to tell Stanley of its life and its history, of the countless wars it witnessed, desecrating the land and lives of untold numbers of innocent humans,
I just let you hear
and the
this, huh?
bucket's own complicity therein, of sadness and regret, and the many years it spent dwelling on the actions it might have taken to curb the madness and the decay, if only it had been stronger, of hope and redemption, and its crusade to uplift the stock of life for the common man, to manifest justice where none existed, and the bittersweet reality of time, to see one's dreams and wishes met halfway, meted out in parcels like charity, and abandoned as soon as the warm glow of inspiration begins to dim. The opportunities to do so much more. There was so much it could have done, perhaps, the bucket wondered to itself. Perhaps, if it had seen its own darkness with a clearer perception. This was way too much for Stanley. What are you talking about? He screamed. You're a bucket! To this, the bucket furrowed its brow. No, said the bucket. Not since the evil wizard Gambhorata first ensnared me in his machinations as payback for the secret amulet I stole from his treasured vaults. I was young back then and could not conceive the ramifications of... No! Stanley screamed even louder this time.
It's funny each time.
This is stupid!
You are a bucket!
This is so stupid! Why are we even doing this? As Stanley screamed and screamed and screamed, the bucket revealed its true form, transforming into a mighty beast of untold power, its fangs glistening like...
I didn't make this up. This is a real thing in this.
My God, Stanley, you did it. You saved us from the bucket. Thank God you already had all 12 emblems of sages and knew the incantations to summon their true power. Otherwise,
there was one ending. There's one ending with a phone. I'm gonna tell you. There's one ending I actually don't know if I tried. It's involved with Stanley figurine. I know there's the AFK ending.
Cast away inside of it.
I also know that there is an ending where you actually like have an argument with the narrator. He's like, you know, I see what you're doing in. Or I prove you doing you again. But I won't know now.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
God.
At first, Stanley assumed he'd broken the map, until he heard this narration and realized it was part of the game's design all along. He then praised the game for its insightful and witty commentary into the nature of video game structure and its examination of structural narrative tropes. So, now that you're here, what do you think? Isn't this a fun and unique place to be? Why don't we take a minute just to drink it all in?
That's
okay, I'm over it now.
It's a bit
what
wide.
Do you think? Are you sick of this gag yet?
Yes.
Well, I don't know how to say this politely, but you could literally just hit escape and restart the game any old time you want.
I hear you do that.
Right now. You could have done it just then.
Yeah, but
now would also be an appropriate time to quit.
Hey. Normally you do that for me, Mr. Narrator.
I'm enjoying what seems to be an internal conflict going on where you are literally unable to act on your own desires to restart the game. So, just to push the envelope, I'm going to try and make this as miserable as possible and see how...
we're gonna do it that way. We're gonna do it that way. We all have seen probably...
There once was a man named Stanley.
If you want to take that fight, sure, go ahead.
But the truth must be told.
We have all seen how it ended up in the broom closet.
Was quite particularly gangly.
Between us, while he's singing away. In episode 1, I went into the broom closet, and he never thought I was in
a meaningful way, but his brain had long ceased to function.
I never got out, and he assumed I was dead at one point. He always thought there was something there. and I refused to let it go.
And if you
So,
are strong
and he eventually
and
bloomed
keep
up my...
playing along, you too will become...
Shut up! I'm talking! I'm gonna win this, you know it.
You too
But I was,
become quite unbearable.
I was winning, and eventually I walked out. And the second time I did it, was like, no, you cannot go into the broom closet again. And the third time was like, I just bored up this broom closet. It was like, yeah, why am I love it broom closet? No, I'm not gonna do it. I wanna hear your song, Mr. Narrator. How's your day been? It was warm in the Netherlands as of time of recording, and it's like... This now, when is it? The 19th of May. And it just already feels like... if it's summer. It's been like 24 degrees, or tomorrow... Like, funny story, I was walking tomorrow to school. After it's like 8 AM, eh? Or 8:30. 8:30 AM. So I think like 30 minutes past 8. Or is it 30 minutes before 9? I can't quite remember. But you get the point. 30 minutes past 8:30 AM. I walked towards school and there was like a building that was all the time and was like also like had like a Celsius degree meter. And it was showing 20 degrees. And you'd be like, cameraman would be like, Elise, but 20 degrees is fine, right? Yeah, it is fine. If it's in the afternoon and not on 8 AM. Do you think you wake up tomorrow in the morning around 8 AM and be like, oh, it's 20 degrees outside. Yoo-hoo! So I've been melting over the last few days, but I feel like I'm sleeping bad through it. And I'm sitting here like... I tried to put my window open, but if it was raining, you know. Are you done yet? You restart the game? No? You're not gonna restart the game? I can wait here for a minute or two, or... maybe an hour? An hour or 3? If you do. At least, while we're here still waiting for the narrator to reset me game, because I refuse to do it. No. I'm gonna at least show you that, that ending with the phone. If there is time, I'll also do the, I want to also do the ending with like, and I think I never did, and with like a short set of tapes. I will show you what it is. With like a little background information on the bucket. And if there is time for it, I want to do also there is a literal escape ending. And an ending, the AFK ending. But for the AFK ending, for the AFK I need to look how long it is. And there's one more ending where you have like a battle with the narrator. But I think it's just a phone ending without the bucket. And I'm gonna reset because he wins. I'm not gonna sit here in 10 more minutes talking. That's the thing, like, it's warm and like melting.
What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo. What new mysteries lay in store for our bucket-loving heroes today? Let's. I
actually want to try that. Filling in the input received thing. And I also saw something on someone's recording that here was walking a Stanley here. Somewhere around here. I wonder what happens if you put in the machine. Like 5 input.
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing. Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
I think he will. Which ending should we do? Oh yeah, I know which ending. It's still here. Oh. You.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
But I think you can like
the employee lounge was simply the place to be.
I don't think you can like I told you last video that I was gonna do the bucket destroyer ending again and see if I can give the bucket.
Correct. Was it? No, never mind.
But I don't think he can do it.
Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No,
Said the bucket.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else. The cargo lift, yes. Go there. Go to the car. Good.
Still there.
Now
Right.
ride the lift all the way to the top. There's something up there I need you to do.
Stanley did not question why or how this
Mike,
bucket was
the
speaking.
one issue
It
is
should
with
have
like the
alarmed
gift.
him, of course,
Just
because
keep
buckets
talking.
can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about
Shut
it.
up! I'm talking.
He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and he unthinkingly
I'm
did
gonna jump off
whatever the
Narrator if
bucket
you want.
asked.
But now, the thing is, they to the warm to get a warm more in the evening. Maybe because it's
In
cooling
here.
down.
Said the bucket.
Go into this dark
But
room over
I have a feeling
here.
I sleep bad through that.
Stanley
Maybe it
once
can be
again
that I'm finally on the
obeyed
waiting
the
list for hormones from like girl hormones. But
Now pick up the phone.
Said the bucket.
that's like
Pick
I'm
up
finally
the
doing
phone,
it. But
and
I
it will
don't think
take
so.
us back home, where we can go about
If you
life
know,
together.
if you've seen like I don't know which video it is, but in one of my playthroughs I pick up the phone and I got like a little secret admiring bucket ending. But as you can see here, there's like a little plug-in.
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the phone?
Because I like
Were
starchy
you
stuff.
trying to resist the bucket's orders? Stanley, I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking
I
to
know.
you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking
No, it's not funny. I missed a joke.
Can't you see? Oh, goodness. I must have really bungled up the delivery if you actually took me seriously. Where did I mess up the
I
joke?
put it back in.
Should I have paused for longer or spoken quicker? Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't
You suck at
an
it.
instructional video on comedy that one can watch to full... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
I like touching
it's
stuff.
sitting
You know
right
that.
here. Let's take a look.
But it's just like the thing is over days that
What is comedic timing? What is comedic timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political
effectively
enemies?
silence your
And
political.
more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within 90 seconds? Thankfully, the answer to all of these questions is yes.
I can silence my
Let's dive deeper.
political enemies.
If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them
Oh, really?
in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward at a 15-degree angle from your body. These are the optimal conditions for good comedic timing.
He's
To
someone
begin the
standing
joke,
like with his arm up
start
like,
by
teacher,
stating and
teacher, I want to
spelling
tell
your
you
name.
something.
Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the humor. Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a half, pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
I'm Dunny.
Practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny" now.
I'm Dunny with the funny. I'm Dunny with the funny. Oh.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations management.
You said
which
the
is
joke, you'd be like no
cornerstone
more
of
than
good
13 and a
comedy.
half seconds, then when the 18,
Finally,
and only
it's
bathroom break
time
when
to
you
hand
need. You'd be
out
like,
surveys.
telling the joke, you'd be like, hold on, bathroom break. You come back an hour later, you'd be like,
The joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long.
Dan?
It should include the same question reprinted several times, just to ensure the survey taker is actually
Okay, fair
paying
point.
attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is.
We
With
normally do
these
at surveys
strategies
as
at your
people.
disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point,
Well.
you gut-busting little scamp.
Always
After
laughing.
all,
But just
Whitney
imagine
was
someone's-
needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm
What the
of
heck?
bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
What the?
Hey, goodness, this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic
DC
timing
40
are
people
still
come
as
towards you,
relevant
be like with their
today
hands
as
up
they
in
were
like
back
a
then. So
30 or
with that
20
in
degree
mind,
room. You're
I
like
believe the only way forward is
L
for us to return
A
to the two doors
A L
and walk
E
through
S
all of
A,
this again, so I can try
and you
telling
tell
my
them the whole
story
joke,
with more
and then you're supposed to
appropriate
laugh after like the
comedic
fifth
delivery.
sentence,
Come along, let's head
and then be
back.
like, with your hands up, A L E S A, and you just like telling the joke, you be like laughing, and you be like, do it to like less than 2. Imagine that. I have to walk back? All the way back? Oh. I go this way. No. I go this way. The video was amazing.
I can feel it. This time, I'm really going to nail the delivery. You'll be in stitches. A talking bucket, you'll say? How ridiculous. How absurd. What a hilarious concept. The
Yeah,
king
let's go
of
stare.
comedy. That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness we have the instructional video. Otherwise, who knows where
The
we'd
section
be
video
right
is a
now.
laughter, Mr.
Well, I
Narrator.
wouldn't be the king of comedy, that's for sure. The
I would be the
bucket
queen of
spoke to
comedy.
Stanley.
You'll be sitting there like,
The bucket
damn girl!
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly.
The
No need to
bucket
overthink
spoke.
things.
Go with that voice, go with that voice. That is a good one. The bucket spoke to me. Did you hear it? The bucket spoke to me. I'm mocking the narrator more and more. I have to go all the way back. Overthinking is a bit Mr. Narrator.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
I can go back to the door left. Let's go with the floor and go back to the right. As it should.
What? We're back at the phone already?
Yes.
I don't know what's going on. There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this.
I don't know what you do
There was
with
supposed
that.
to be a build-up to this point. A dramatic display of remarkable comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone.
And then I think it's
Now the
more.
timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the 2 doors room. What an egregious mistake.
Right.
I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of
Not
King
give it
of
to me. I'm
Comedy.
queen of
nothing.
comedy.
I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling I think I need to go
Are
back
you?
and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my...
You can all help. I'm watching it. Hello, Mr. Narrator. Okay, well, he is watching his quote-unquote promotional video of apparently We Going to War with Aliens out of 1800, I think. I've been dyeing my hair in a ponytail for a few times now, the last few days since it's warm, and like my hair comes to my neck. My neck now is like a normal size hair, not like my... Yeah, it shows as a ponytail, but actually my hair is now quite long enough to get like a mini ponytail or search up. I was searching up Monday after, I was like searching up Monday after school how long your hair should be. And I found a website that showed like all the little ponytails. I break something. Oh. I break something. Narrator. So, I've been wearing my hair in a ponytail and I was like, yeah, this is what I want. But I want a long ponytail, just like this one. So they can be like, wee! A sail. When I go into the when it's windy weather. Like. When it's like windy weather, I don't want like my hair cut because it's like blowing in my face and sitting there like, I broke something. Die. Something's opening. Oh yeah, I forgot something. Hold on. Where is the program? You wanna see something? I can like add some oh, I can add the second release. Oh, good. Yeah, I made a friend today. You know, what do you think of Alex? Alex, say hi. Alex. He's a bit shy, but... Yep. Bit shy, but... I think I broke it. I'm gonna restart the game and try it again. But what do you think of Alex? Nice looking guy, yeah? But... I think Alex has to go. Or he told me or whispered me, so... Hi Alex, see you again. Here you go, hanging on with me, Cora, you know. Hey you support Alex? Go. Oh, okay. I think I broke it still. I think I broke it, I'm gonna restart again. And just do it again. That was like, I'm talking, la 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 la. Maybe it broke something.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room.
I still want to know what happened with like the order that I accepted.
No matter how hard Stanley looked, he couldn't find a trace of his co-workers.
There, see? Time you restart. As far as there's some...
Now this, Stanley thought to himself, this is a bucket. And indeed it was.
We're not coming to the new content.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct
I'm sure that I
way to
broke
the
something.
meeting room, but Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him.
Or did I miss
telling
something?
him that the employee lounge was simply the place to be. And here it was. Had the bucket
I
turned
broke
out
something.
to be correct? Was no, never mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
Oh, Miko was saying something. I need to check.
No,
Said the
Miko's
bucket.
talking to you. Yeah.
don't go to the meeting room. Go somewhere else.
Why do you think
The
I became an
car
idol
room
after all?
is
Do you think I was like,
Said the bucket.
nah, nah, nah,
Now ride the
nah?
lift all
And I was
the way
like,
to the
oh,
top.
I'm gonna do that on
There's
YouTube.
something up there I need you to do.
I mean, it's not the best that I
Stanley
sing,
did
but...
not question why or how this bucket was speaking to him. It should have alarmed him, of course, because buckets can't talk. But Stanley chose not to think about this obvious fact. He was firmly convinced that the bucket had spoken to him, and
Don't
he
we think?
unthinkingly did
Eh,
whatever the bucket
really?
asked.
And me like, talking about... I think I'm crazy, so you know, guys.
In here.
Said the bucket.
Go into this
Easy.
dark room over here.
Stanley once again obeyed blindly.
Now pick up the...
Whoa, hold on. Why did you unplug the
I
phone?
know you.
Were you trying to resist?
I wanna see the promotion video
Stanley,
again.
I was joking. Obviously, the bucket isn't talking to you and telling you to do things. Buckets can't talk. It was a joke. Don't you get the joke? It's funny, Stanley. A talking bucket. Ugh.
Yeah, I've heard some bad jokes, and I've heard some bad jokes that made me so laugh because she'd be like, ah, that is such a bad joke, such bad that you actually have to laugh about it. But a talking bucket.
Spoken quicker. Comedic timing is so difficult. I wish I were better at it. But there isn't exactly an instructional video on
I have to tell you,
comedy that one can watch to fully... Oh, wait, yes, there is.
So, your jokes are getting
It's
old.
sitting right here. Let's take a look.
I skip this.
What is comedic timing? What is comedic
Oh, I love this.
timing? How does it work? How long should it last? How can it be used to effectively silence your political enemies? And more importantly, can it be taught in its entirety within
I
90
forgot to
seconds?
say, but you get to test about this in
Thankfully,
the next
the
video.
answer to all
Now make
of
sure to
these
pay
questions
attention and
is
make notes.
Yes.
Huh?
Let's dive deeper. If you've ever told a joke or made someone laugh, in all likelihood, you did it while standing 50 to 80 centimeters from them in a room of no more than 76 degrees Fahrenheit, with one of your arms raised straight upward.
I want to know
at a
from something you
15-degree
got watching
angle
this.
from
Did you
your
do this?
body.
Do you do these things when you make a
optimal
joke?
Conditions for good comedic timing.
Do you
To
do,
begin the
these
joke,
things? Let me know in the
start by
comments down
stating
below.
and spelling your name. Next, provide a brief synopsis of the joke, including the specific times at which the recipient of the joke will laugh, and then spell out your name a second time. With these steps complete, it's time to begin the
Dat
humor.
patroon break.
Speak the entire joke in no more than 18 seconds and no less than 13 and a
Get some
half,
water in the meantime.
pausing only for bathroom breaks when necessary. When the joke has concluded, it is customary to inform your listener that the joke is over by declaring in your loudest possible voice, "I'm Dunny with the funny." Let's practice screaming, "I'm Dunny with the funny."
Just standing in
now.
public and someone screams that across the train. Be like, I'm Dunny with the funny.
Good. This saying is a perfect example of expectations.
Just imagine in
management,
public
which is
transport
the
standing there. You're
cornerstone
across the
of
train.
comedy.
I'm Dunny
Finally,
with the
it's time to
funny.
hand out surveys. Collecting hard data from your audience on how rapt they were throughout the joke is the only way to grow or learn as a comedian. An effective survey should be no less than 10 pages long and should include the same question
other ways to
reprinted several
improve at comedy,
times,
but,
just to ensure the survey taker is actually paying attention and not simply filling in answers at random. And that's all there is. With these strategies at your disposal, you'll have audiences doubled over in laughter and even tripled over in laughter in no time at all. Just remember to let them stop laughing at some point, you gut-busting little scamp. After all,
Hier come je scamp.
each of us needed on the front lines of the war to fight the 12-legged invader who threatened our very existence and to very likely die in a hailstorm of bullets and mandibles. All of us must be prepared to give our lives to this noble cause, just as our children must do after us, and their children after them. Godspeed, and may Earth reign supreme.
Thank goodness this video is a little outdated, isn't it? Well, no matter. I think the fundamentals of proper comedic timing are still as relevant today as they were back then. So with that in mind, I believe the only way forward is for us to return to the two
I
doors
know.
and walk
Oh, yeah.
through all of this again. So
We
I can
have to do
try
a tape
telling
video
my
in the next
story with more
tape ending in the
appropriate
next
comedic
video.
delivery. Come along, let's head back.
We have to do that. But do you like my the fact that I can move now and be like a bit more active? That I shake my hand around, that if I move to the left, that you can see that
This
if I move
time,
to the right.
I'm really going to
For
nail
example,
the delivery.
if I move
You'll
to
be
the
in
right, that you see
stitches.
that I'm moving to the
Talking
right.
bucket, you'll say, how ridiculous.
Like if I do
how
this, that you
absurd,
see that,
what
you
a
know, you'd be like tapping
hilarious
something or like having
concept.
water.
The king of comedy.
So.
That's what you'll call me. Thank goodness.
You
for
like that
the
in the manner, my more
video.
puffy, bouncy.
Otherwise, who
you know.
knows where we'd be right now?
I am the queen of comedy, and you don't get the title of king of comedy.
The bucket
But if I
spoke
give
to
that a Rico,
Stanley.
that doesn't mix.
The bucket spoke.
The bucket spoke. Oh, I'll figure it out on the fly.
And the
when we go
bucket
through
spoke.
things.
That is something Elise would like. I think out of those two, the bucket spoke is the most funny one, right? Or am I stupid? I think I'm stupid. I think I'm stupid, you can call me stupid. Like a girl who spends 10 to 20 minutes in a broom closet because she finds it
You
fun.
ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of two open doors, they entered the door on the left. What? We're back at the phone already?
I guess.
I don't know what's going on. There were supposed to be several rooms leading up to this. It was supposed to be a build-up.
Where's the adventure line?
A dramatic display of
What's that
remarkable
French line?
comedic wit, which culminates in this scene with the phone. But now the timing's completely off. The joke will never land. Well, not the way it was meant to. And it's all my fault. I must have forgotten that the phone room comes immediately after the two doors.
And then she didn't forget
What an
something messed
egregious
up.
mistake. I've made a fool of myself. I don't deserve the title of King of Comedy. I'm nothing. I'm not even the lowliest joke-telling whelp. I think I think I need to go back and rewatch that instructional video again. Yes, surely that will help me improve my... Here we go. You ready?
Oh,
When
now
Stanley
something
and the
happens.
bucket came to a set of 2 open
What?
doors, they entered the door on the left.
Oh, there was nothing happening last time.
What? We're back at the phone already?
I think you need to reset the game. Oh.
Here
Hold
we
on.
go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the
I
left.
can wonder what happens if I go to the left, but I can also try that in a game.
What? We're back at the phone already?
You have to go to the left. Let me try one more right time if it
Here we
happens the
go.
same.
You ready? When
Then we have to go
Stanley
back to
and
the left.
bucket came to a set of 2 open doors, they entered the door on the left.
Yeah, I think we have to go to the left.
What? We're back at the phone already? No.
No.
Here we go. You ready? When Stanley and the bucket came to a set of 2 open doors,
I like this
they
a bit
entered
actually.
the door on
But
the left.
I don't like this. Around a bit
No,
more.
no. You were supposed to go through the door on the right, leading back to the phone.
No.
Did you not even look at the instructional video?
No,
I think
I
this
didn't.
is all covered very clearly. There's no way I can make the comedic timing work now. It's done. The joke is completely done and over. It's all your fault, Stanley. I'm going to be ridiculed in the community of other joke writers. I'm going to be shamed at every one of our meetings from now on. All because you couldn't watch a simple video and take a hint.
Ah,
Are you
boo-hoo.
proud of yourself for bringing me
Not
down,
delivered
Stanley?
failure,
Are you-
guy. Oh. Wait, where am I?
Stanley, you love the bucket so much it's like you... it's as though all of your other most prized possessions pale in comparison. Yes.
I was not ending where I was.
Let me try that again, Stanley.
The escape ending is like also a bigger ending.
Over how unabashedly in love with a bucket you are. No? Still not? Is it the delivery? Pale with shame. Pale with shame?
Can I do one more
Pale-
ending? I can do one more
What's
ending.
another word to describe a bucket? Stanley, this bucket is so metal. I think I saw it playing guitar. No. We're getting away
Poor
from
Stanley.
making fun of Stanley's obsession with the bucket, which was the whole point of this. I'm no good at these jokes. I need more instructional videos. That's exactly what it is. That's what will make me the king of comedy again. More instructional videos. Let's see.
Oh no more outdated instructional videos.
How wonderful. Stanley was alone. Finally.
Oh, did you?
Great, he thought to himself. This is what I've wanted all along. I got what I wanted.
Wait, does it happen now?
Finally, yes. The bucket. Yes. I love that bucket.
Where's that await input one? Oh, I missed it. Or is this not a new playthrough? I want to see what happens also with that input one.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
Oh, there's no input one.
Stanley clutched the bucket tightly to his chest. This was not the correct way to the
I know.
meeting room. But Stanley had felt the bucket calling to him, telling him that the employee lounge was
They didn't
simply
change your
the place
jokes.
to be.
I'm disappointed, narrator.
And here it was. Had the bucket turned out to be correct? No, mind. The bucket was wrong. Stanley took the door on his left to go back to the meeting room.
No.
Yeah, for the
Said
main
the
the
bucket.
tape one, and I didn't know if I
the
already done it
meeting
on my
room.
channel, and
Go
if I did,
somewhere else.
apologies. But
The
here,
cargo
look,
lift, yes.
go in
there.
here.
Go to the cargo lift.
Actually walk through, fall into a different ending, a secret. Eh? come into like a sort of mini office with like a hidden space. Like a warehouse full of tapes. You see, with like a narrator dialogue, narrator. It's like full of narrator dialogues. So, but there's lying one here. You listen.
Okay, this is day number 295. Tape number... I don't even know. I've lost track. Nothing feels real anymore. The longer I study this bucket, the less sense anything makes. The sheer euphoria I feel every time I pick it up. No matter how many times I've done it, it's always the same feeling. And the emptiness in my chest when I set it down. It doesn't make sense. There's no explanation for it. I still haven't figured out why I see the world so differently when this bucket is in my arms. Why everything feels so... What do I do with this treasure? I can monetize it. Yes. It's unthinkable the amounts of money people will pay for even just an hour with the bucket. This is my golden ticket. But I have to be careful, because as soon as this gets out, there's going to be a target on my back. Even now, I don't know who might be trying to get... What's that? Who's there?
Camporata. Sound good. Did you like that ending? Like a little tape secret ending about the bucket and how to monetize it. But maybe I also have a target on my back. I want to do one more thing before I leave.
All of his co-workers were gone.
And
What
that
could it
is...
be? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Actually... Still on here? Oh, it's not on, huh? It's only on...
One man, one bucket, one chance to seize their destiny together.
Stanley clung the bucket to his cheek. Could his co-workers really all be gone?
I get it, huh?
Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office. Nothing responded to the bucket's
What's about
touch,
that input
but it did
machine?
little to discourage Stanley's belief.
I thought that input machine, I wanted to check that out. Secret.
All of his co-workers were... Wait, no. This isn't the right office, is it? Is this Stanley's office?
Huh? Did you change? You changed.
It's bucket time.
You changed your dialogue. And no more input things? Or I just have to be lucky.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
I'm looking for that input machine that we had like earlier in the runs. I don't see it anymore. Not on anymore.
It's bucket time. Stanley pressed the bucket upon every little thing in the office.
Aww.
Nothing responded to the bucket's touch, but it did little to discourage Stanley's belief in the magic.
Is it really off? Is it really gone? Even without the, if
All
I
of
don't
his
take the bucket.
co-workers were gone. What could it mean? Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
gone. Oh, that leaves it up. I'm gonna call it a day from here. If you don't know who I am, I'm Hudson Ellis, also known as Hudson Juju or Elise. I do more random content on the series. If you like what you see, make sure to check out any of the other Stanley Parable episodes I've done. They will be on the outer screen together with a video recommended for my channel for you. Based on what you watch a lot, can predict it. However, if you don't like that, I highly recommend going to my channel button and seek for the Let's Play playlist. It's a playlist full of content I've done over the past few years. It should be there in something for you. You can put it at random and you find something you like. I know you will. If you want to stay up to date with the channel, click the follow button. Follow. Let me comment down below and let me know in the correct way. Also, if you want to talk to me, there's a Discord down in the description below. And that's the best place to talk with me. It's also one of the best places to stay up to date with this channel. And all my other socials are down there also. So, make sure to stay tuned because I will go one more time into Stanley Parable. 6, 5. I will see what happens when we start it up. Until then, have a wonderful day.
以上の皆さんとスタッフつなぎのとこみなでバイバイバイ思いついたら歩いていて心のゴミ残さないように